Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast, all the things that we did not get to during the course of the show today. I know Betty Rock is just over me gushing about Milo Ventimiglia. But
I know the potties want to hear the whole thing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for understanding that.
Yeah.
But I have talked about him a lot today. And I think it really does come from a place when you meet somebody that impresses you, you want to talk about it because he was so not what I expected from like some A-list Hollywood actor. He was just a normal guy. It started off like I got on set.
We've got 4 mentions today of I Can Only Imagine 2 in today's show.
That's pretty amazing. Well, I was just talking about my life, and my life is being on a set. What are you going to do? No, it did make me like doing that. It was fun, and I really enjoyed it. But it did when I got back to work today and back in my world, I'm super comfortable here, and I really liked it. I'm not comfortable on set at all because I don't know what I'm doing compared to all these guys that this is what they do, and they're so good at it. And if you mess up, they have to reset everything, and you keep and if you have one line and you keep messing that up, like then everyone's like, "Come on!" But everyone was so kind, and it was funny because I never know how I'm doing because there's not feedback. It basically is you deliver your line, and then they go, "Okay, moving on," and they just start moving to the next thing. And you don't know if it's well, it ain't getting better than that, moving on, or if it's like, oh, that's good, we're moving on.
Yeah.
And so I was obsessing about that because, I mean, I'm like, all right, well, and I went and talked to Andy later, probably like it's like some needy prima donna actor. I'm like, hey, did you get what you needed? Were you good? He's like, oh, no, it was great. We just moved to the next thing. I'm like, okay, because I have no idea.
I need some feedback. I need you to tell me how good I am.
I said, Milo knows he's done a good job. I have no idea in this world. Now, in radio, I know when I've done a good job.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing about Milo is, like, I ran into him in the makeup trailer, and we were just in passing, and I just kind of was like, oh, hey, man. And he was like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, good. And then just went on. And then I didn't see him after that because they had me doing all these things. They blackened my hair and my beard. So apparently they were like, okay, we can't have him be better looking than Milo. So they uglied me up a little bit. And I look like I'm disguising myself going for a bank robbery, or
it's bad.
It is bad.
It's honestly, I've had a hard time taking him seriously.
Yeah.
Looking at him across the counter.
All of that's
call
fair.
It,
all of that's fair because they.
Yeah, and there's some pictures of him. You can actually see it on our Instagram and our Facebook. Look at our socials.
Did you posted
stories.
the FaceTime that Milo did for you though? Because this was kind of funny. Like I had been talking to him for a little bit, and you know, again, I'm just kind of shooting the breeze, talking to him about his. I learned that he has 200 surfboards, and he lost all but 2 in his fire because he lost his house
Bless
in
his
the
heart.
In the fire, Malibu fires.
Yeah.
I mean, he lost everything. You know, and I even said that. I said I know that there are people that probably were like, oh, celebrities are fine. They can buy stuff. They're fine. But I'm like, you lost all your things and your things that matter to you. And his perspective on it was really cool. He's like, you know what? I did. And he goes, I miss those things. But he goes, I realized all those things were tied to memories. And so now if I'm going about my day and I think, oh, where is that? Or, oh, I'm sad that I lost that. He goes, I actually write it down. And I think of the person that memory or the thing that memory's tied to, and I just kind of enjoy that, you know. And he's like, and that's good enough, you know.
I like that.
I'm like, that's super healthy,
yeah,
you know. And so
he probably talks to a therapist.
I don't know. Maybe he is a therapist.
You'd probably give him a chance if he was.
Oh, I was telling him everything in my life.
Ridiculous.
No, the weird thing is in all seriousness, it's like when we were on the set. Like I was talking to him about why did you choose to do this movie, you know, and I thought he was maybe going to say, oh, you know, I grew up in church and so I connected with it from that point. But he's like, you know what? He goes, I read the script and I loved the character and I loved the story so much that I was like, yeah, I'm in. And he goes, I didn't think they'd take me because I'm not a believer. And I said, well, that's the beautiful thing about the Irwins is that they want people who will respect the art and respect the story, but you don't have to believe what they believe as long as you deliver it well. And they're good with that because subtly they look at their time on the set as their mission, not just for people seeing the movie and coming to Christ. They want people that work on their sets to find Jesus there. And there was moments of this all through it. But even myself, like I got convicted inside of this and talking to him where it was like,
Glad to hear it.
I felt like God was like going, like, don't water anything down. Don't try to be the cool guy. Just like actually share your faith, you know? And so it was cool for me because I'm like explaining to him like how different Christian movies operate and how these guys do it and stuff. And we were talking about like what faith actually means, you know, and like what God, like who God is and what he does, you know, and why these stories land and why Tim Timmons, who he's playing, can do what he does even though he's had cancer, and like and how he makes a difference in people's lives. It's because of what Jesus did in his life, you know. And so I got to like not water down something, but have just a normal conversation with somebody about faith that doesn't necessarily believe like I believe, you know. And it was that, to me, I thought was really cool.
You were just hoping that he accepts Christ, you find him in heaven,
Yeah.
and he's
And I
going
move
to
in
take
next door.
And he's going to take the mic when Jesus is like, "Well done, thou
Yeah.
good and faithful servant,"
Yeah.
and he's going to say, Hold up a minute. I just want to thank the one that led me to the
Yes.
Lord.
Yes,
And that
exactly.
was Gus,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Wally.
Sound mixer number one, Gus. Yeah. So I went in at 3 in the afternoon. I got there a little bit early. They had a trailer for me, which was nice. They had my costume, and I was, you know me, I'm on time. Like the one thing was funny. The lady goes, she comes up, one of the other ladies goes, "Okay, we need to get you into costume." And I'm like, "I'm already wearing it." She's like, "Oh, okay." So
Awkward.
I know. And so we did that, and then like kind of they drove me over there. But there is so much waiting that goes on. I mean, I waited and waited for hours waiting for my turn. And then because they were shooting all these other people's parts and the way they were shooting it, I was in the background of all these parts. So I had to be there, and you'll see when the movie comes out, you'll see me in the background of like some pivotal scenes pretending to be mixing on a mixing board. And so I'm hoping that I did it well because I've done it, so I should have the actions down. But it is funny, like I had to keep faking that.
Is it odd to get secondhand embarrassment and I haven't even seen it yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of nailed that. Now my lines, they said I did great. One of the producers was like, "Dude, I totally bought it." I was looking down and wasn't realizing what was going on. I'm like, "Oh, I buy that. Oh, it's Wally's part," you know? So I'm like, "Okay, that's good." And if you blink, you miss it. I think this is even shorter than I Can Only Imagine 1, my time there. But I did have more time on the set, and it was a great experience all the way around. The worst part of it was, as I went to lunch beforehand, before getting there, I went to lunch with a friend of ours from work. And
That's the worst part?
Yes, because what happened was I was trying to pick places that wouldn't make me sick so I wouldn't have to use the restroom out in public because I hate that. So I picked chicken and rice at the mall. Good side of that story, I didn't get sick and have to use the restroom in public. Bad side is I got so much chicken in my teeth, like down in the crevices of my teeth, that it hurt my jaw. And I couldn't get it out. And I spent all day trying to get it out with my tongue. I can't get it out. It's made my whole side of my mouth hurt.
You didn't brush your teeth before you were on the set of this movie.
Didn't have a toothbrush.
You should have thought of that.
No, and so
floss.
Yeah, couldn't get it out.
Your water pick thing.
Yeah, I couldn't get it out. I didn't have it. I should have had that in my trailer. I should have demanded that. But no. So it is hurting. So I am delivering my lines in pain, But I somehow rose above it to deliver what some people are calling the performance of a lifetime. What one person is calling the performance of his lifetime.
That one person is Gus.
Exactly. So anyway, really cool time. I had a blast. It was fun. I'm tired because I got home at 1:00. And truth be told, I could have been released at 10:30. Because
well, then what's your problem?
No, they didn't let me go.
Why?
They were like, "Well, we might need you in this other scene if we shoot it from this direction." And so I'm literally just waiting. And then
didn't they?
They did not. And so that was an extra 2.5 hours or whatever.
Wow.
And so when I finally got home, I go to bed at 1. I get up at 4. And I'm that kind of tired where you're dizzy right now. And so a nap, I'm feeling Betty Rock right now. A nap is completely in my future today.
I get that.
But I can't be sad, upset or anything because I had a great experience on the set and then meeting, when you meet a new best friend, it's cool. It's fun. We exchanged numbers. No, that would be a lot. That would have been great, but no.
You're not at that point.
Not yet.
Maybe at the red carpet.
At the red carpet, I will. He said, "I'll see you at the red carpet." Like, yes, you will. And I said, I'm going first. Anywho, all right. Yeah, I guess you can check out the socials. Betty Rock posted them on Facebook and Instagram. Because if you want to see something hideous, this black beard and the black hair, it's
scary.
bad. It is bad. I agree.
Have you seen like when like a older than middle-aged man is trying to get rid of the gray in his hair and his beard, and you can just tell it is so fake.
And I have to run errands before I go home, like up here, which is horrible. And I have to go meet a lady that I know, kind of. And so she knows.
But do you have to pick those up today? That's your pants. You don't need to pick those up today.
It's on my list.
So?
And the ADHD determines or demands that I go get it done.
So then you cannot complain about something that doesn't really have to be done today.
It has to be done today.
No,
I got to mark it off my list, Rock, or else I will lose my mind. Or it's going to throw Saturday into chaos. And I can't have that. Are you kidding me? All right, what do you got? That's enough about me.
Oh, thank goodness.
I know, sorry.
Okay, so I have got a list of celebrities that are now normal people. These are people that were big in their heyday, and then they were like, you know what? This is too much for me. I don't want this anymore. I don't want this life.
I'm kind of there, too.
No, you don't get it.
I'm kind of there, too.
I can't. Charlie from the Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
The original one, because the other one was Timothée Chalamet.
So Charlie, he's actually a veterinarian now.
Oh, wow.
Like he left it all behind, his golden ticket.
Yeah.
And then he went on to be a veterinarian.
He got a golden ticket to Normal Town.
Yeah. That would be weird that would be like to take your dog or your cat to him.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute.
It would be weird too, like I guess for like his grandkids and people seeing this years from now, you know, it's like, oh, that's what you did, Grandpa, and then that's all you did? Like, didn't you want to keep doing that?
I wonder what caused him to quit, you know?
Who knows?
That would be interesting.
Because like you look at how many kids get into this business and they get destroyed, you know, and so he escaped all of that. Some people say, well, you missed out on a great life or a great opportunity, but ask Demi Lovato about that. You know, ask Miley Cyrus about that. Yeah, they got money, but they ain't happy. They're in therapy and like train wrecks, you know.
Yeah. Chunk from the Goonies.
Oh, no way.
He became a lawyer.
Did he really? All right.
Kind of crazy.
There you go, Chunk.
Eric Estrada from Chips.
Yeah, Chips. Ponch and John. He was Poncherello.
He became a real-life police officer.
I do remember that from years ago. Yeah.
Wonder why.
Chips was like 70s, 80s. I think 80s. Did you ever see it?
No.
It was one of my favorite shows as a kid growing up. Like, I still remember multiple episodes of Chips. 7 Mary 3 and 7 Mary 4 were their call signs. And then I even found a band in the 90s called 7 Mary 3 that we used to play on my radio station. And I loved it because it was a reference to Chips that no one else knew.
Oh,
yeah. I like being on the inside. No, I just like being on the inside. When you know an inside joke, you're like, yeah.
And then finally, I wish Gavin were here. He would know. Hayden Christensen. He was in Star Wars.
And Hayden Christensen?
Hayden Christensen.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of Hayden, the guy from Wings. Hayden something Pierce. I'm thinking of the wrong guy.
No, that's in Star Wars.
Thomas
like I said,
Hayden
I wish
Church.
Gavin were here. He would know. But he is all about farming now.
Really?
Like he bought a plot of land.
There you go.
How now he's just doing farming. It's just crazy how you had what the world would consider everything, and you leave it all behind. You choose to leave it all behind and go for being a veterinarian or a lawyer, farmer.
You're probably way more healthy and socially normal than if you had stayed in that rat race. You would think that over time of watching so many young kids go into stardom and implode, because they do try to protect kids in these scenarios somewhat. They have rules and they can only work so long and blah, 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 blah. But like, you would think that they would have better protections for them and more guidelines for who can have access to their money, because that gets really bad too. You get family members that are managers and they take them for everything.
Rimes, she sued her parents because she said they were robbing her.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that, and what was the other one?
Britney Spears.
Britney, yeah. I mean, like those are a mess. It was interesting, and I'm not doing this just to bring it back to the I Can Only Imagine, but it's poignant to this point. There's a kid on the set that's playing the young Bart Millard, playing his son Sam. And this kid's name is Sam. And he just turned 18, but he's still in high school. And like his mom was on the set with them. And like, so we're trying to do things and they're like, oh, well, you're 18 now. We don't need to worry about your mom being here. But, but it was like, he was like, no, I guess not. But his mom was so cool. Like, and she's involved in his life. And so she was great to talk to. I sat with her for a little bit. But one of those moms that's super intentional in his life to protect him.
That's awesome.
Because you have to. You have to.
I watched the most recent episode of Candace Owens, and she was talking about Justin Bieber and how his whole life has just been sad. But I think he's on the upswing. But she was saying, she was like, I think he needs to get out of Hollywood because he does let people know what his faith is, what he stands for, and that's hard to stand up to, especially when Hollywood's just trying to constantly drag you down.
Here's the thing. If he's got enough money, he never has to work again.
Yeah, he could quit.
He can have a normal life and a good life. He's not going to all of a sudden go backwards and wonder where his next meal is coming from. Like, he could have a really great, keep his lifestyle the same thing and walk away from it all. But I bet he can't, because you get that fix of the public adoration and you love what you do, and to leave all of that for normalcy is for a lot of people in that world, they can't do it. No matter how, they'd like to sometimes, but they can't, you know. And even some people have to, because like Nicolas Cage, you need the money. But like for him, I would love to see him just be like, I'm just done. Like, I would love to see more people make their money to where they set themselves up, and then you just do what you want to do. You know, and don't.
That's
get
what
caught
Adele
up in
is
this.
doing.
Yeah.
Remember, she's like, once I'm done with these shows in LA, well,
that's smart. Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah, Vegas. She's like, I'm done. I'm gonna take a break. And good for her.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I got to take 2 years off from work, and I worked from home, and it was great. Like, I really liked it. But I suffer.
Seems like that would kill you slowly.
It did. That was the thing. Like, I suffer from my identity being in my work. And so when I didn't have that, I struggled with that, and I wanted to reclaim that and be back on the air and doing events and meeting people.
You didn't try and put it in something else? Your identity?
I tried, but it was different because like I was writing cartoons and I was doing stuff I loved. It fulfilled me creatively. It was great. I was getting to be a dad to my daughter and be home with her all the time. Like, all of it was great. But I was still young enough that there was part of me that really missed being recognized, being in the limelight, being like a local celebrity, you know, kind of thing. And I like that. I like getting like when I went to the mall the other day, before I went to the shoot, I'm getting off the escalator and I hear a lady, I think she says, is that Wally? And I wasn't 100% sure, so I'm not going to be like, hey, what'd you say? So I just kept going, and then I came around a corner and ran into her, and she stops me. She's like, you Wally? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, can I take a picture of you? Is that cool? I'm like, absolutely.
Do you think that's going to happen today when you go to the mall and pick up your pants?
Oh,
when
yeah.
you look like what you look like?
Oh, yeah. They're going to take a picture of me, and then they're going to put it at the front of the mall and be like, watch out for this guy.
America's Most Wanted.
Exactly. Do not approach this man. All right. Do you got any birthdays? We got to do a faster cast today.
Let's see. I do. Dad, Mom, Corbin, Abigail, and Faith.
Okay.
They all want to wish Elijah a happy birthday.
All right,
happy
Elijah.
Birthday.
Woo!
He's going to be having a birthday on the 13th, so Sunday.
Okay, because we're not here.
Said he's an amazing son, kind, thoughtful, and funny. Oh, that's precious. Rachel wants to wish her daughter Fiona a happy birthday. Said
Nice.
Fiona is my middle child, and she's turning 9 on Sunday.
Go middle children.
She is so kind-hearted, snuggly, and crazy smart. She loves Disney Stitch. Yes,
Yeah.
I love Stitch too. When he goes, this is my family. It is broken, but it is good.
Ohana means family.
Oh, just rips my heart out. Said she loves Disney Stitch, rocks and gems, Legos, and soccer.
All of that's good stuff.
We have a question from Elijah's family. Now, this was something that Gavin would be able to explain, is what they say, but I think we could handle it, even though he's not here. It said, would you rather be the best athlete in the minors or the worst athlete in the majors?
That's a really good question. It's kind of like being a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond. Oh, I think I'd have to take small in the majors, because no matter where I'm at, I'm always going to try to get to the next level. I'm always going to try to be better and improve my station. And so if I'm already the best in the minor league, there's only so far that's going to take you to as far as, being recognized or like whatever. But like, I think I would rather be on the majors where I have a chance to grow to something that could be even bigger, kind of thing. That's hard though. That's hard.
Yeah, because there's pros and cons to both. If you're on the majors, then you're going to be expected to do more, be out more. But maybe not spend as much time with your family.
Yeah. But if you're not a big celebrity in the majors, like if you're the third string quarterback, your life isn't as great as theirs. Like everybody else has a great life.
People just make fun of you then?
Yeah, sometimes. But
they wouldn't on a minors, right?
No, on the minors, if you're the number one guy, then those
people love you.
Smaller group of people are like, you're the best ever. So then they just tell you how great you are. And that can be
destructive. So you would rather be told that you stink rather than be told that you're great.
Yeah, but I'd rather, like, for example, I'd rather be told I stink and I'm on the Atlanta Braves when I'm telling people, hey, I'm on the Atlanta Braves.
But would you tell people when you're like 100%. At the very bottom of the chain?
Wouldn't matter. You're still on the Atlanta Braves versus going, oh, yeah, I'm number 9. I play catcher for the Mississippi Mudfish. And if you're not in Mississippi, people go, what? But if you're not in Atlanta and you're in Michigan and you're like, oh, I play third string catcher for the Atlanta Braves, people go, you're on the Braves? And you go, yeah, I am. So
I see 100%. What you're saying. Yeah.
That's where I would go.
That makes sense. All right. Well, there you go.
There you go. That's going to have to do it. Well,
weekend plans. Emmy's got a weekend plans.
I am just going to bask in the glow of meeting Milo. That's all I'm going to do all weekend. I'm going to tell everybody I know how great that experience was.
Would you line up for me? One being the best. Okay. You have the day you got married.
Yeah.
The day Haley was born.
Okay.
The day you met Milo.
Okay.
And... the day you met me. Line them up. 1 through 4.
Okay.
1 being the best. Start at 4.
Start at 4, Betty.
Oh, come on.
I have to.
You've known me 18 years. Milo was like 8 minutes.
But he made that much of an impression, and he didn't give me crap.
Well, someone's got to.
And then obviously my daughter, then my wife, and then Milo. Yeah, 100% that order. Yeah, I'll pay for that one, but so good. All right, that's gonna have to do it for your Aftercast. Thanks for being a potty.
Wait, I didn't even do my Aftercast.
I'm so tired. Go, please do yours. I am so tired. I'm gonna be napping like you do.
No, you don't care.
No,
it's
I
fine.
do. Literally, as I said,
mine.
Thank you for being a potty. I almost fell asleep. So, okay, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Come on, I want to hear.
I want to
hear. I 100% want to hear.
I don't know.
Look, I'm holding my eyes open. I'm all eyes and ears. Go.
So hopefully I'm going to make it out to go see a friend of mine. Her daughter is competing in an ice skating competition. So hopefully I get to make it to that. And then I might be going over to my mom and dad's tomorrow because I might be working on an idea for my birthday party is coming up. My friends are putting it together, but I had this idea for like a little thank you gift thing that I think me and my mom could put together.
Nice that you're going to do that because, I mean, you at your age, too, you probably shouldn't have to do that. It's usually like a kid's birthday party, but I like that you're doing it. I think it's a really classy touch.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
cool. Known for my classiness.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I got classy coming out my butt.
Oh, my gosh. No.
I'm getting more and more unfiltered. We probably should finish this.
Okay, as always.
Thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.